Have you ever found yourself sitting in your favorite chair at 5 in the morning, staring out the window, and wondering why on earth your body won't let you sleep? You are not alone. It is a question I hear every single day in my clinic. Many of my patients, good, hardworking folks just like you, think that waking up exhausted is just a natural part of getting older. But I have a secret for you. It isn't. For those of us over 70, there is a specific 60-minute window, a sweet spot. This 1 hour can change everything. If you hit this window, your brain clears away the fog, your heart finally gets a real break. But if you miss it, you are putting your memory and your balance at serious risk. Today, I am going to reveal the exact time you should be turning out the lights. It is simple, it is natural, and it is the key to staying sharp and independent for years to come. Finding your golden hour, the best bedtime for better health. After 70, hello there. It is so good to be with you today. As a doctor who has spent over 20 years caring for folks in their golden years, I have heard one question more than almost any other. Patients sit down in my office, lean in, and ask, "Doctor, why am I suddenly waking up at 5 in the morning? And what time should I actually be turning the lights out?" It is a great question, a vital question. You see, sleep is not just a break from your day. It is the time when your body does its most important work. It is when your brain clears out the trash from the day and your heart takes a much-needed rest. But as we cross that 70-year mark, the rules of the game change just a little bit. Your body starts to march to a different drummer, and if you want to feel your best, you have to learn how to follow that new beat. Let's talk about why this happens. Inside your brain, you have a tiny master clock. It controls when you feel sleepy and when you feel wide awake. When we are younger, that clock might keep us up until midnight. But as we age, specifically after 70, that clock undergoes something we doctors call a phase advance. In simple terms, your internal clock starts to run a little bit fast. Your body begins to release melatonin, that wonderful natural hormone that helps you sleep, much earlier in the evening than it used to. This is why you might find yourself nodding off in your favorite chair while the evening news is still on. This is not a problem. It is not a glitch. It is a natural shift. It is your body telling you that it is ready to begin the repair process. So, what is the sweet spot? Based on everything we know about the aging body, the optimal time for most people over 70 to go to bed is between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Let's think about that for a moment. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Why this specific window? Well, if you head to bed during this time, you are catching that natural wave of melatonin right as it peaks. When you align your sleep with your body's natural chemistry, you fall asleep faster. You stay asleep longer, and most importantly, you get more of that high-quality, deep sleep that protects your memory and keeps your mind sharp. If you go to bed at 9:30 p.m. and wake up at 6:30 a.m., you have given your body 9 full hours of opportunity. Even if you wake up once or twice to use the restroom, you are still likely to get the 7 to 8 hours of solid rest that your heart and your immune system desperately need. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. "Doctor, I can't just flip a switch and be asleep by 9. You're absolutely right. Sleep is a journey, not a destination. You have to prepare the way. I want you to think about dimming the day. Around 8 p.m., I want you to start lowering the lights in your home. Bright overhead lights tell your brain that it is still daytime. They trick your brain into stopping the production of melatonin. By dimming the lamps, you are sending a signal. You are telling your body, it is almost time. And please, consider your evening screen time. I know we all love to check our phones or watch the late-night programs, but that blue light from the screen, it is like a cup of espresso for your brain. Try to put the phone away Or turn off the tablet at least an hour before you head to the bedroom. Read a real book. Listen to some soft music. Let your mind settle down. You might wonder, is it really worth all this effort just to change my bedtime by an hour? My answer is a very firm yes, it is worth it. When we don't get the timing right, we pay a price. For folks over 70, poor sleep timing can lead to feeling foggy the next day. It can make us a little unsteady on our feet, which increases the risk of a fall. And over time, missing out on that deep sleep can put a real strain on your heart and your blood pressure. But when you get it right, it is like a tonic for your soul. You wake up feeling more like yourself. You have more energy to play with the grandkids, more focus for your hobbies, and a stronger immune system to keep those seasonal bugs at bay. Of course, every person is a little different. Some of you might be natural larks who feel best in bed by 8:30 p.m. Others might be night owls who do better at 10:30 p.m. The key is to listen to your body. If you are feeling exhausted at 8:45 p.m., don't force yourself to stay awake just to watch a show. Go to bed. Respect what your body's asking for. However, if you find that you are going to bed at a good time but you are still waking up feeling exhausted, or if you are snoring very loudly, please make an appointment to see your doctor. Sometimes things like sleep apnea or restless legs can get in the way, and there are wonderful, gentle ways we can help you with those things. Taking care of your sleep is one of the greatest acts of kindness you can do for yourself in your 70s and beyond. It is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Aim for that 9 to 10 window. Dim those lights. Permit yourself to rest. You have worked hard your whole life. You have earned a good night's sleep, and your body will thank you for it with every sunrise. Please remember, this advice is for general health education and does not replace the personal medical advice of your own physician. Always talk to your healthcare provider before making major changes to your routine or if you have concerns about your health. Wishing you many nights of deep, healing rest. Your step-by-step guide to a restful night's sleep. Hello again. It is truly wonderful to spend this time with you. As we talked about before, finding that sweet spot for bedtime between 9 and 10 at night is such a powerful first step. But, as many of my patients tell me, simply knowing the time isn't always enough. You can't just walk into a dark room, close your eyes, and expect your brain to turn off like a light switch. It just doesn't work that way, does it? Especially as we get older, our bodies need a bit more coaxing. We need a transition. We need a bridge between the busy energy of the day and the quiet peace of the night. Today, I want to share with you the secrets of a perfect wind-down routine. These are the small, daily habits, the simple choices that tell your body it is safe, it is calm, and it is time to rest. These tips are based on years of medical research, but more importantly, they are based on what I have seen work for thousands of people just like you. Let's walk through them together, one by one. The first thing we must talk about is consistency. Consistency. It is a simple word, but it is the foundation of everything. Your body, your heart, your brain. They all love a rhythm. They love to know what is coming next. I want you to try something. I want you to pick a bedtime. Let's say 9:30 p.m. and stick to it. Every single night. And this part is the hardest for some of my patients. But I want you to wake up at the same time too. Yes, even on Saturday morning, even on Sunday morning. I know it is tempting to sleep in on the weekends, especially if you had a busy week or spent time with the grandkids. But when you change your wake-up time by even an hour or two, it is like giving yourself a tiny bit of jet lag. You confuse your internal clock. Keep it steady. Keep it the same. Your body will reward you by feeling more alert in the morning and more naturally tired when 10 o'clock rolls around. Now, this next tip might surprise you. To get a good night's sleep, you actually have to start in the morning. The very first thing you should do when you wake up is seek out the light. I tell my patients, go find the sun. Within the first hour of waking up, try to get at least 30 minutes of natural sunlight. You can sit on your back porch with a cup of decaf. You can take a gentle walk around the block. You can even just sit by a large, bright window while you read the morning paper. Why does this matter? Because that bright morning light enters your eyes and sends a powerful signal to your brain. It says, "The day has begun." This sets a timer in your mind. It tells your body to stop producing melatonin for now, but to start getting it ready for 12 hours later. If you get good light at 8 in the morning, your body will naturally be ready to sleep at 8 or 9 at night. It is a beautiful natural cycle. Just 30 minutes. That is all it takes to reset your soul for the day. Let's talk about our modern world for a moment. We live in a world that never sleeps. We have televisions with hundreds of channels. We have tablets. We have smartphones that ding and buzz all day long. I call this the great distraction. And for your sleep, it is a real problem. Those screens emit a very specific kind of light, a blue light. To your brain, that blue light looks exactly like the high noon sun. If you are looking at your phone at 8:30 p.m., your brain thinks it is the middle of the day. It gets confused. It stops making the hormones you need to fall asleep. So, I want you to try a digital sunset. 1 hour before you head to your bedroom, turn it all off. Power down the tablet. Turn off the big television in the living room. Put your phone on the charger in another room. Instead, try something old-fashioned. Read a book. Do a crossword puzzle with a soft lamp. Listen to a radio program or some light jazz. Give your brain a chance to realize that the sun has gone down. Let the world get a little smaller and a little quieter. Where you sleep is just as important as when you sleep. I like to think of the bedroom as a sanctuary, a place dedicated only to rest and recovery. Is your bedroom a sleep sanctuary? First, let's talk about the temperature. Many people keep their homes too warm at night, but the human body actually needs to drop its temperature slightly to fall into a deep sleep. Most experts agree the magic number is somewhere between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. I know, that might sound a little chilly, but you can always use a nice, cozy quilt or a soft blanket. When the air is cool and you are tucked in, your body feels safe. It feels like it is time to hibernate. Next, make it dark, truly dark. As we age, our eyes can become more sensitive to light. Even the glow from a digital alarm clock or a street lamp outside can disturb your rest. Consider getting some blackout curtains. They are a wonderful investment in your health. And finally, keep it quiet. If your neighborhood is noisy or if the house makes creaking sounds that keep you awake, try a white noise machine or even a simple fan. That steady humming sound acts like a blanket for your ears. It masks the sudden noises and helps you stay in that deep, healing sleep. We also have to think about what we put into our bodies during the day. Caffeine. We Americans do love our coffee, don't we? But here is the truth. As we get older, our bodies take much longer to process caffeine. That cup of coffee you had at 2 in the afternoon, it might still be buzzing in your system at 10 at night. I suggest a simple rule: no caffeine after noon. Switch to herbal tea or decaf in the afternoon. And then there is the water rule. Staying hydrated is so important for your kidneys and your heart. But nobody likes waking up 3 times a night to go to the bathroom. It breaks up your sleep. It makes you tired the next day. Try to drink most of your water in the morning and early afternoon. Then, about 2 hours before you go to bed, start to limit your fluids. Just small sips if you are thirsty. This one small change can make a world of difference in how many times you have to get out of bed in the dark. Lastly, let's talk about movement. Being physically active is one of the best things you can do for your sleep. A body that is moved during the day is a body that wants to rest at night. It doesn't have to be a gym workout. It could be gardening. It could be swimming at the local pool. It could be a walk with a friend. But timing is everything. Try to finish your exercise at least 3 hours before you plan to sleep. Exercise wakes you up. It gets your heart pumping and your temperature rising. You want to give your body plenty of time to cool down and settle back into a resting state. Movement, then rest. It is the natural order of things. I know this might feel like a lot to remember, but you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe tonight. You just turn off the TV an hour early. Maybe tomorrow morning, you sit on the porch for 20 minutes. These small steps, they add up. They build a bridge to a healthier, happier version of you. Remember, you are worth the effort. Your health, your memory, your joy. They all depend on these quiet hours of the night. Be patient with yourself. Sleep is a skill, and like any skill, it takes a little practice. If you have tried these things and you are still struggling, or if you feel very sleepy during the day, even after a long night, please talk to your doctor. We are here to help. We can look at your medications, check your breathing, and make sure there isn't something else standing in your way. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed. You deserve to feel the sun on your face and have the energy for all the things you love. Sleep well, my friend. I'll be thinking of you. Why your sleep schedule matters more than you think. I often have patients come into my clinic, take a seat, and give me a little smile. They say, "Doctor, I'm 75 years old. I don't need 8 hours of sleep anymore. I can get by just fine on 5 or 6. But then we start to talk a little deeper. I ask them how their memory has been lately. I ask them if they have felt a bit wobbly when they get up from their favorite chair. I ask them if their blood pressure has been creeping up, even with their medication. You see, there is a common myth out there. People think that as we get older, we simply outgrow the need for a full night of rest. But as a doctor, I am here to tell you, that is just not true. In fact, your body needs that rest now more than it ever did. When we ignore our body's natural rhythm, when we stay up too late or wake up far too early, we aren't just tired, we are putting a real strain on our health. Today, I want to talk about the hidden costs of poor sleep. I want to talk about why staying in sync with your internal clock is the best thing you can do for your brain, your safety, and your heart. Let's start with the brain. Your brain is the most amazing machine ever created. But like any machine, it creates a bit of waste while it runs during the day. Think of it like a busy kitchen in a popular restaurant. By the end of the dinner rush, there are dishes in the sink, flour on the floor, and trash that needs to be taken out. When you fall into a deep, well-timed sleep, a cleaning crew comes into your brain. Medical science calls this the glymphatic system. It is a natural washing process that clears out the clutter. If you don't sleep long enough, or if you go to bed at midnight when your body is ready at 9, that cleaning crew doesn't have time to finish the job. Over time, that clutter builds up. This is what we call cognitive decline. It starts small. You might forget where you put your car keys. You might struggle to find a word that is right on the tip of your tongue. But over many years, this lack of brain cleaning is closely linked to much more serious things, like memory loss and dementia. We all want to stay sharp. We want to remember our grandkids' birthdays. We want to be able to tell our favorite stories. To keep your mind bright, you have to give it time to wash away the day. Now, let's talk about something very practical. Your safety. Falls are one of the biggest concerns we have for folks over 70. A fall can change your life in a heartbeat. It can take away your independence, and we don't want that. When you don't get enough high-quality sleep, you suffer from daytime grogginess. You know the feeling, don't you? That heavy feeling in your eyes, that slow feeling in your mind. But it isn't just in your head, it is in your legs too. Studies show that when seniors don't get enough rest, their balance is not as steady. Their reaction time slows down. If you trip on the edge of a rug, or if you have to step over a pet in the hallway, a rested brain can catch you. A tired brain might not. And let's think about those nighttime trips to the bathroom. Many of us have to get up once or twice. If you are already sleep deprived, you are walking in the dark while you are in a fog. That is when accidents happen. By going to bed at a consistent early hour, you ensure that your internal balance system is fully charged. You stay alert, you stay steady, you stay independent. Finally, let's look at your engine, your heart and your metabolism. When you sleep, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops. It is the only time in 24 hours that your heart gets a true break. If your sleep is fragmented, or if you are constantly fighting your natural clock, your body stays in a state of high alert. It is like keeping your car engine revving even when you are parked in the driveway. This leads to something called inflammation. Inflammation is like a hidden fire inside your body. It can make your joints ache more. It can make your blood pressure harder to control. It can even make your immune system weaker. Have you noticed that you catch colds more easily when you are tired? That is not a coincidence. Your defense system needs sleep to reload its ammunition. And then there is the sugar. When we are tired, our bodies don't process sugar as well. This can lead to weight gain or make it harder to manage things like diabetes. It is all connected. Every system in your body, from your toes to your nose, relies on that 9 to 10 p.m. bedtime to reset for the next day. I don't say these things to worry you. I say them because I want you to feel empowered. You have so much control over your health, and it doesn't cost a dime. It doesn't require a fancy new pill. It just requires you to listen to your body. If you are feeling tired at 9 o'clock, that is your body's way of saying, I need to clean the brain. I need to rest the heart. I need to keep you steady. Listen to that voice. Respect your rest. When you prioritize your sleep timing, you aren't just going to bed. You are investing in your future. You are choosing to stay sharp, stay safe, and stay strong. As always, if you find that you are doing everything right but you still can't find that restful sleep, please talk to your doctor. You don't have to struggle alone. But for tonight, why don't you try turning the lights down a little earlier? Give yourself the gift of a full night's rest. You deserve it. I truly hope this little talk helps you tonight. You have spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. Now, it is time to take care of you. Remember that sweet spot between 9 and 10 p.m. It is a simple change, but it is a powerful one for your brain and your heart. If this message resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps our community grow. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue this journey of health together. Share this with someone you love. Maybe a neighbor or a sibling who has been feeling a bit tired lately. We all deserve to age with grace and energy. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Sleep well, my friend. May you wake up feeling refreshed and ready for a beautiful new day. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.